Hi, George here. The show you're about to watch was produced before the pandemic, which explains why no one's wearing a mask. Now, a lot of the places I visit are still in the process of reopening, but once things are safe and back to normal, I highly encourage you to check them out and support them. So with that said, enjoy the show. My name is George Igo, and throughout my entire life, my travel ambitions have always outweighed my bank account. But with some research, planning, and a little creativity, I find the best things to do in a city, all without spending more than $100. This is George Goes Everywhere. Hello and welcome to George Goes Everywhere, the show where we explore a city and see as much of it as we can, all without spending more than $100. Now, I'm in Atlanta today and I've never been here before, so I got a lot to see. I'm gonna try to hit 6 categories: food, drink, nature, art, history, and a 6th one, well, I'm not really sure how to categorize it, but we'll get to that. So let's see what Atlanta has to offer the thrifty tourist. Now, I did a lot of research before I got here. A lot of people think that they'll travel somewhere and just kind of discover cool things to do. But in my experience, that never works out. It's a great way to end up at touristy places where you wind up paying $23 for a cheeseburger. Hard to pass. So I did my homework, and I think I got a pretty good handle on things. Now, there are plenty of places to get good Southern food here in Atlanta, but I went with Homegrown Georgia here because it still looks and feels like an old school country diner. But I actually got here a few years too late because they used to have an urban garden out back where they used to grow a lot of the food that they served here. They even let people wander around in it. Now it's just a patch of grass. I mean, it's a nice patch of grass, but it's still just a patch of grass. But anyway, all this talk about healthy organic gardens is giving me a hankering for some healthy organic food. I'll get the barbecue shrimp and grits, as unhealthy as possible. Now, I should admit that I've actually never had grits, and in fact, I don't even really know what they are. They're like potatoes or some potato adjacent or something like that. I'm not really sure, but I know that they're very Southern, so I'm gonna give it a try. All right, first grit. Oh, it's basically just cream of wheat, but it's not potatoes at all. It's not potato adjacent, it's cream of wheat / oatmeal adjacent. All right, now that I got a belly full of Southern food, probably should walk some of that off. I've come to the Atlanta Botanical Gardens. Now, a lot of cities have botanical gardens, but this one caught my eye for one very special reason. Because it's like a mix between a garden and a zoo. I mean, look at that thing, it's enormous. And there's a whole bunch of them. They have a Pegasus, a mammoth, an earth goddess, a phoenix, a mermaid, a dragon, camels. It's an entire zoo here. There's also an Alice in Wonderland exhibit here, and in keeping with the zoo theme, of course, they have the giant white rabbit. By order of the Red Queen, do not stand on ledge or it's off with your head. Threatening decapitation's a little much, but okay, whatever. There's also a giant chessboard here. Was there a chessboard in Alice in Wonderland? I don't really remember. By order of the Red Queen, do not touch or it's off with your head. Again with the off with your head, I'm sensing a theme here. There's a whole jungle canopy walkway system here. This is pretty awesome. It's like something out of the end of Return of the Jedi. It's the greenhouse portion of the gardens. It is very sweaty in here. There's like a 6-story Amazon rainforest in here. It's crazy. And it sounds like a rainforest. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it sounds just like how a rainforest sounds in the movies. This place is cool, but it is so hot in here. I am pouring sweat. I gotta find a place to cool off. Woo. Fresh as a daisy. So I'm on the prowl for a bar with some good old-fashioned Southern hospitality, and this is one of the wildest places I found in my research. It's called, and this is their full name, Sister Louisa's Church of the Living Room and Ping Pong Emporium. Come on in, precious. Oh, they called me precious, how sweet. But seriously, the name literally says come on in. Doesn't get much more hospitable than that. I got their signature drink, which is a sangria. I don't think I've ever really had sangria, but it's pretty good. But seriously, sangria, ping pong, if you can't enjoy this place, then we simply cannot hang. So remember when I said I had something I couldn't quite categorize? Well, it's this, the Center for Puppetry Arts. Now there's a bunch of cool stuff here, but the thing I really want to check out is all the Muppets at the Jim Henson exhibit. So they call this the Jim Henson exhibit. You know, you could probably call this place the Jim Henson Museum, and you wouldn't be entirely wrong. It's mostly Jim Henson here. And that's a good thing. Entering the Sesame Street area here. Whoa! Life-size Big Bird. Look at this, he's even taller than me. These are the actual Sesame Street puppets from the show. This is insane. I watched Sesame Street all the time growing up. Ask my mom, she'll tell you. So they also have a recreation television studio here, so you can go over here and pretend that you're the puppeteer and see like how they actually do it when they're performing. So they got these monitors down here. I can see what the camera is seeing. I'm pretty good at this. I got a pirate one. All right, now we're up to the real Hall of Fame. We got Kermit, we got Dr. Teeth, we got Pigs in Space, we got Miss Piggy. This is the real name brand characters over here. Entering the Fraggle Rock section, I mean, this place has everything. It's amazing. Now, I like the Muppets, but I have friends who are real Muppet heads. Is that a word, Muppet heads? I don't know, it is now. But anyway, they would absolutely kill to be here. This place progresses chronologically, so now we're into the nightmare fuel stuff that is Labyrinth and the Dark Crystal. It's hard to believe that the same guy who did Muppets and Sesame Street also did this. I mean, the Dark Crystal was a little too scary for me as a kid, and come to think of it, I think it might be a little too scary for me now. So this place actually does a lot of work with schools. They have field trips here all the time, but I came here late, so all the kids are gone, and so I asked them, can I come in here and make a puppet? And they're like, yeah, sure. So here I am, doing an activity for children. Whoops. So this is a nifty little thing I discovered outside the puppet place, Tiny Doors ATL. It's a series of about 15 tiny doors scattered in strategic places throughout the city. But the best part is that Karen Anderson, the artist behind it, actually encourages people to place things outside of it and engage with it creatively. And I love that. It's all about just putting something fun and positive out into the world. It's just awesome. But anyway, I got a map of all the locations, so let's track down some tiny doors. So this is perhaps the crown jewel of all the doors, Tiny Door 658, named so because it's 658 times larger than all the other doors. Well played, Tiny Doors ATL. Well played. There's a lot of history here in Atlanta, but there's one thing that's occurred here that might actually be one of the most famous things to ever happen here. And I'm talking about the invention of Coca-Cola, which happened less than a mile from where I'm sitting. So that's why I've come here to the World of Coca Cola. Let's have some soda-fueled fun. Hi there, can I get a regular Coke? Free Coke when you come inside. I imagine this will be the first of many. They've got Coke, everything here. They've got the advertisements, they've got the bottles, they've got the soda machines, just everything you could think of. So there's a ton of cool stuff here, but I think the best part is the tasting room where you can try all the different Cokes from all around the world. So that's where I'm gonna go now. I think they have over 100 different flavors. Let's try some weird Coke. Kiwi mango soda from South Africa. Wow, that's pretty good. Veggie Beta, I have no idea what Veggie Beta means. Meh, can't put my finger on it, but I don't like it. So that last one, Beverly from Italy, might be the worst thing I've ever tasted. I think the main ingredient literally might be ash. I'm gonna get some regular Coke, watch the taste out of my mouth. I can still taste the Beverly, but it's getting better. And what would a place like this be without a gigantic gift shop waiting for you at the end? Now, I don't ordinarily get souvenirs at gift shops like that, but given the connection I felt to the polar bear, there was one thing I just had to have. And I think I know exactly what to do with it.